Okay people, here we go, another basic algorithm scripting. Reverse a string. Okay, reverse the provided string. You may need to turn the string into an array before you can reverse it. The result must be a string. This shouldn't be too bad. I think these are pretty much built-in methods. You just have to know what they are. You've seen me do this before probably. If you've seen my other videos, I'd like to do this in REPL, just gives you better feedback. So reverse the provided string. So here's the string. Alright, reverse the string, and your result must be a string. So that's giving us the string and returning the string. We just have to switch it around. Okay, so let's see. So right now they're giving a string and returning it. It's hello, right? So like they said, you may need to turn the string into an array. Okay, so string. There's a built-in method on all strings in JavaScript, which is called split. So string, you just do dot split. Call that method. Now if you do this, it's just putting it. Oh, okay. So what split does when you do it on a string, it splits it and puts it in an array. Now, since we didn't tell it in the parentheses there how we're gonna split it, it just said, well, there's nothing to split. I'm just gonna put it in put it in an array part. You have to tell it how you want to split it. In our case, we want every single letter, so you put empty string and then do that. So it splits every letter. If you had hello world, would do every single character, including the space, right? So now if you wanted to split it into words, for example, you want to do, there's a space in the middle there, so you would make that not an empty string, but a space, and it will do the two worlds. It splits on whatever you tell it, okay? If you did, there's a couple L's in hello world, so let's see how that reacts. Okay, so it gets rid of these things apparently when you do that. That's a little tricky, something to look out for. In our case, we're not really that worried about that. We're just going empty string because we want to split every single letter into an array. And the reason we want to do that is because array. So now at this point, string.split, what we're working here is now an array, right? We did this method to the original string, so we can just tack on right here, because it's not a string anymore at this point, it's an array we're attaching this method to. Because when you do the parentheses here, it's running that method, calling that method. So this is the equivalent of, when you put the dot on it, it's the equivalent of what was returned already. It returned an array. So now we have access to array methods, which we can use one called reverse. Happens to be a built-in array method. So we do that. Okay, so it just took those elements of the array and reverses them. Okay, we're getting there. We still need to return it. The result must be a string. Okay, so there's another, it's still an array. So there's another built-in array method called join, which works quite like the split on the string, where you give it what you want it to join on, in this case empty string. And there you go, and that should do it. I believe that will pass our tests. Let's find out. Okay, so string, split the string, split the string into an array, reverse the array, join the array back into a string, and there you go. Okay, there we go, hope that helps.